All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Masc Fortune. If you've ever wondered what life insurance actually is, how it works, or why so many people say it's important, then you are in the right place. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through Life Insurance 101. Whether you're in your early 20s, just starting your financial journey, or simply looking to better understand your options, my goal here is to make this as simple and as straightforward as possible. All right. By the end of this presentation, you'll have a better understanding of what life insurance is, why it matters, and how it can play a role in protecting both you and the people you care about. All right. So let's jump right in. So I go by O. I am a licensed life insurance agent, and I'm also an independent artist. I'm a corporate person by day, artist by night type vibe. Okay. And one thing I love about this community is that we're constantly talking about credit, ownership, financial literacy, business and wealth building, right? And I truly believe life insurance is an important part of that conversation. Because at the end of the day, if we're working so hard to build something, we should also be thinking about protecting it, right? And my job is pretty simple. I help individuals, families, business owners, and providers understand how life insurance works so they can make informed decisions about protecting themselves and the people that they care about. So tonight, I just want to break down life insurance in a simple way, explain the different types that exist, and yeah, I trust by the end of this call, you'll walk away with a better understanding of how life insurance works. So, real quick, does anybody know about life insurance? Feel free to drop what you think in the comments below. All right. Let me know. Three, two, one. Boom. Life insurance is essentially designed to protect the lifestyle of your family or create the lifestyle you'd like for your family. All right. Now, does anyone have an idea of when the best time to get life insurance is? Again, you could just drop your thoughts in a comment. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time. When is the best time to get life insurance? What do you guys think? When you are as young and as healthy as possible. The reason being is that we want to avoid not qualifying later down the road or paying astronomical prices for the same coverage when we're 45, 55, 65 years old. All right. Now, does anyone know the different types of life insurance and how they work? Feel free to take notes, by the way. Feel free to take some notes app, pen, paper. All right, so there's basically three types of life insurance: whole life, term life, and accidental life. All right. Whole life is your absolute best type of life insurance, and here are a few reasons why. For one, when you enroll into a whole life insurance policy, that coverage is going to run the entire duration of your life. It's never going to leave, and it's with a guaranteed payout. Never going to leave, guaranteed. Never going to leave, guaranteed. Remember that. All right. Number two, when you enroll into a whole life insurance policy, the monthly contribution will remain the same your entire life. That is so important because at age 70, you'll pay the same price that you would pay for your coverage at age 30. That's why the best time to get life insurance is while you are as young and as healthy as possible. All right. And whole life insurance, number three, whole life insurance not only protects your family, it also protects you. More so, whole life insurance provides cash value. This is a living benefit, which will give you the ability to borrow or draw large sums of equity in the future just for having your life insurance in place. Excuse me. So, unlike paying car insurance or homeowners insurance, the monthly contribution you pay into a whole life insurance policy, you will actually have access to after 3 years. These are 100% member controlled, so you have access to that cash value without restriction and without any interest within the first year. All right, so wealthy people have commonly used this to fund business ventures, children's graduations, real estate opportunities, and etc. And a common question I get is, what do the interest rates look like? And do you get penalties from borrowing from the policy? All right. And so my answer is this. You have the option to pay it back or to not pay it back. As your cash value builds over time, you can take out a lump sum of money. All right. And then within the first full year, you have zero interest. For example, let's say you take out $1,000. You can pay back the $1,000 whenever you want within the first year. After the first year, it is an 8% annual interest on the loan. Even with the 8%, you can still choose to never pay it back, because as long as you continue to pay on your life insurance, it's just going to be a loan that sits there. Now, what happens if you never pay it back in your lifetime? When you pass away, your beneficiary is going to receive the difference. For example, let's say you have a $100,000 life insurance policy. You take out $1,000 loan, and in your lifetime, with all the interest and stuff, let's say it builds up to $10,000. Your family, upon dying, would receive the 100,000 minus the 10,000. So essentially, they would receive a total of $90,000. All right, that's a cheat code. Okay, this is where, again, wealthy people have commonly used this to fund business ventures, college, etc. They get a whole life coverage at a young age, which is the cheapest. They let it build up for 10, 20 years. And so now when their kids are going to college or they want to fund other bigger things, they can take the money out, knowing they still have a lot of money to take care of their funeral. You may not need $250,000 to take care of your funeral, but now you can use the money while you're alive to take care of yourself. Cheat code. Term life is your next kind of insurance. Term life terminates, provides great coverage. However, it is important to understand what it is designed for. So term life is in place to provide your family a significant amount of coverage, but it's not guaranteed, and you have to die within a given time period in order for it to pay out the death benefit. Okay. It's also important to understand with term life insurance, your monthly contribution increases at each renewal period. Coverage will renew each 10, 20 years until the last renewal period ends after 65. Therefore, if you have a 10-year renewable term contract at age 30, it will renew at age 40, 50, and 60, right? However, at age 70, you will have zero life insurance. So this is where a lot of people have felt scammed because they did not properly research how term insurance works due to seeing big numbers for small prices. For example, $500K for $90. All right. Next, we have our accidental life insurance. Accidental life insurance is contingent upon dying in an accident. Most people don't know that an accident is actually defined as something that involves brute force. Brute force, car accident, gunshot, or a hard fall. However, it does not pay out for any kind of bodily attack or drowning or even improper prescription drug use. It only pays out due to brute force. So in other words, you must die on scene. You must die on impact. You can't go to the hospital and then die from your injuries. I know. Crazy. I don't make the rules. It sounds crazy, but I don't make the rules, okay? Coverage for children. One thing people are often surprised to learn is how affordable it can be to protect a child. Just recently, I helped my 2-year-old cousin get started with a $25K whole life policy. All right, and the monthly contribution came out to just $11.55 a month, or about $138 a year. Not only does that provide protection, but it also gives them the opportunity to begin building cash value early in life. Imagine you have a newborn baby, right? You put a whole life policy on that baby, and you're building all of this cash value up until they're 18, 21, to later turn around and be like, hey, boo, here is a whole life insurance coverage policy, and it's your turn to take it over, and now you just continue paying it. Obviously, throughout the lifetime, you're educating your child on, the importance of life insurance, the coverage that you have in place for your child and whatnot. But what I'm trying to say is that you're essentially setting up your child for success early. This is the definition of what generational wealth is, So your kid will turn around and really thank you. And guess what? That 11, for example, using my cousin for example, that $11.55 a month, your child will still pay that. My cousin is still going to pay that when he's 18, 20, 21 years old. That's why it's so important to lock in the rates while you can. Okay. So yeah, the younger someone is when they get started, the more affordable the coverage typically is. which is why many parents choose to put coverage in place while the children are still young and healthy. All right. My favorite, employer coverage versus personal coverage. One thing that we've seen recently is what happened with Spirit Airlines. Thousands of employees were affected overnight, and situations like that remind us why it's important to understand the difference between employer coverage and personal coverage. Employer coverage is great to have. It's great to have, but it is tied to your job. All right. If you leave, get laid off, retire, or the company changes benefits, that coverage may not go with you. Okay. Personal coverage is different because you own it. It follows you regardless of where you work. All right. Let's quickly watch this 35-second clip from Spirit Airlines. So, yeah, hence, that is why many people choose to have coverage outside of their employer as part of their overall financial plan. Okay. The GoFundMe is not the financial plan, though. Not the financial plan, though. One thing we see all the time, while there's nothing wrong with people helping each other, the reality is that many of these families are forced into that position because no financial plan was in place beforehand. All right, life insurance helps create options during one of the hardest moments a family will ever face. So instead of trying to raise money during a crisis, the family can focus on grieving, healing, and taking care of each other. All right. Real people, real regrets. So I am someone who is chronically on threads. All right, I be threading. I engage, I post. I'm on threads, okay? And these screenshots stood out to me because they represent something I hear all the time. Not that people didn't care about protecting their families, not that they didn't believe in life insurance. They simply thought they had more time. One family was planning to get coverage but kept putting it off. And another young man was convinced life insurance wasn't something he needed. So let me read this real quick. First screenshot we have here. We thought we had time. My first husband died when he was 42. I was 36 and our boys were 7 and 9 at the time. He didn't have life insurance. We'd been discussing it, but hadn't done anything about it. We thought we had time. Now, you probably meant to say we tell. Now I tell everyone how important it is. Tomorrow is promised to no one. And a screenshot to life insurance isn't for me. My friend died a few days ago. He would have been 29 on May 20th. His stupid friends convinced him life insurance wasn't for people like him. His parents are now trying to raise $30K just to put him in the dirt by begging on GoFundMe. Didn't we just talk about that? Talk about adding more humiliation and pain. Ugh. I would have delivered a $200K tax-free check. By the way, yeah, when the death benefit is paid out, it's tax-free. You get every single penny. I would have delivered a $200K tax-free check. And then he goes on to say, you don't have to like my job, but on the worst day of someone's life, I get to bring some relief. So unfortunately, life doesn't always give us the timeline we expect. That's why one of the biggest lessons I've learned in this industry is that life insurance isn't really purchased for today. It is purchased for the future. And the younger and healthier we are, the easier it is to generally put protection in place. Mythbusters. Listen, one of the biggest misconceptions I hear in life insurance is that it's only about death. And I understand why people think that, because historically, that's how people have viewed it, right? But permanent whole life insurance, as we've learned tonight, can do more than simply provide a death benefit. As cash value builds over time, policyholders may have the ability to access that value for opportunities, emergencies, education, business ventures, or other financial needs. So while protecting your family remains the primary purpose, many people also appreciate the living benefits that come with permanent coverage. That's why I like to say protection for tomorrow, benefits for today. Okay. Some key takeaways. Before we wrap up, I want to leave everybody with a few key takeaways. Number one, protecting your family is one of the greatest acts of love you can make. Number two, life insurance is generally more affordable when you're younger and healthier. Number three, make sure you understand what coverage you currently have through your employer and whether it's enough for your family's needs. Number four, personal coverage belongs to you. It doesn't leave when you leave a job. And number five, life insurance isn't just about leaving money behind. It can also be a financial tool to help create opportunities and build generational wealth. Okay, and finally, I want everybody to ask themselves one question. If something happened to me tomorrow, would my family be financially prepared? Let's sit on that for a little bit, and you can feel free to answer in the comments. All right, if you're not completely sure of the answer, that might be a sign that it's time to have that conversation. Okay. So most of my members, my clients, they set aside anywhere from 3 to 5% of their monthly income for their life insurance policy. Obviously, you know your finances more much than I do, so of course it is case by case. Okay. Well, I just want to, say thank you. I appreciate everybody for taking the time to listen and check this video, Life Insurance 101, out. I trust you learned something new and have a better understanding of how life insurance works and why it is important. So if you've been thinking about getting coverage or you have questions about your current coverage, feel free to reach out to me. Okay, we'll schedule a quick Zoom call, talk through your goals, answer your questions, and get you some coverage. All right. You can scan the QR code, follow my social links. I am very active on TikTok, and I'm starting to get more active on YouTube. Definitely want to grow this channel. Follow me on Threads. Feel free to scan the QR code, and let's connect. And hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this call. What is your takeaway? What stood out to you the most? What is something that you didn't know before and now you know? Drop it in the comments. Drop what city and state you're from. Definitely stay tuned. I'm going to be dropping more gems in this channel. I plan on growing this channel. My goal is to reach, 1,000 right now. All right, where are we at? We're at like 6 subscribers. All good though. Thank you guys again for watching, and yes, stay safe and stay blessed.